Okay. Hey, everybody. It's Adele and
Tiffany.
and so we thought we'd jump on and do a Facebook Live today. We try to do these every Thursday. Sometimes we get too busy, but today we want to talk about a few different things, and we have an exciting giveaway that we want to share with you. All you have to do is comment below and say, I want it. All right, and we'll give you a bit more details in a sec. So Tiffany, some things are happening with the Facebook group. We want to really grow it. And so we're going to be putting in more time and energy into the group. One thing we're doing is changing the Facebook description and the banner. So
Yes.
we would love for you to vote on a new banner. And that post is actually in your feed. You might not see it because Facebook is funny. The algorithms don't always show people all the posts that are going on. It would be great if you turned on notifications for new posts. But anyway, there is a post and I have 6 pieces of artwork. So if you could vote on your favorite, we would really appreciate it because we will be replacing the banner soon with a new banner.
Plus, I'm curious to see who agrees with me. I haven't listed my favorite on there yet, but I know which one I like, so
Yeah.
sending
Yeah,
all the mine vibes right now. Like, vote with mine. I like it.
and Sarah's got a different choice. Yeah,
Oh,
and I
that's
have a
fun.
different choice. So like we can't agree. We need your help. Yeah, and Sarah did all the artwork for it. She does all our artwork. She's amazing.
Yes.
Alrighty, so that's one thing about the Facebook group. And of course, you can always invite a friend to join. But if you ask them to join, please make sure they answer the questions. I just declined membership to 19 people yesterday because they didn't bother answering any of the questions. I mean, we're not mean, but we want to make sure people know what the group is about and agree to the rules at least, because we have a really positive, supportive community and we want to keep it that way.
And sometimes we have caught a couple people who have snuck into the group without answering the rules, and then they like to post things that don't align with the information that we're sharing with you guys. It's not necessarily bad information, but it's not scientifically backed information, and we're really particular about that. We want to give you guys the fact and the knowledge so that you can make the choices with what works best for you based on the science and not based on hearsay or, well, so and so says. So it's really important to us that we make sure that nobody's coming in and posting bad information.
Or promoting their own group or
Yeah.
business, which we've had. I mean, it's just like somebody joined the group and 4 hours later she was promoting her relationship coaching business and another coach was promoting his workouts. And, it's just a little bizarre. But etiquette, some people just don't get it. That's why we have
Right.
rules. Some people just don't have common sense. But anyway, so we got the vote on the banner. Oh, I have a question for you ladies too. So I want to get my eyebrows done. Right now they look fine because I use like a little putty on them every day. And I know this has nothing to do with health and fitness,
No, like
but
these, my eyebrows are completely blonde. Like they match my hair. Like you can't
yeah,
see them. I have to draw them in. So if anybody has any tips to help this out, I'm for it. Like, please
yeah.
share.
I've looked into it. Like I used to have thick eyebrows, but I'm 51 now, going on 52 very soon. You start to lose your eyebrow hair as you age. It's like hormonal. And then being hypothyroid, you're also at risk of thinner brows. Like you can lose the last third of your eyebrow. So I use a putty on them. But I'm tired of waking up with like baldness almost. And so I'm thinking of tattooing. Now, I've read into microblading, and apparently it can actually make you lose more hair because it causes scarring. So I'm considering tattooing instead, which lasts a couple of years as well, so it lasts longer. I would love to hear from anyone who's got it done and if they regret it or if they love it. I would love
So
feedback.
you're like making me nervous now. I'm already like
Oh, if you don't have
basically
eyebrows
bald
now?
on my eyebrows. Like these, I don't pluck my eyebrows, guys. I don't
Yeah.
pluck. I don't tweeze.
Wow.
I don't
Yeah.
wax. And this is drawn in. Like
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
My
Uh,
grandmother is completely draws her eyes, and because she's like 90 some years old. She's got that 1930s sort of look where it comes, or 40s look, like it comes right up. But anyway, she also dyes her hair. She's shameless. She's still a brunette. She's
It's
never
funny.
going gray.
It's funny.
Yeah,
Well,
I
and it's
love
kind of funny because right now, like, thicker eyebrows are in, and I still have like those 90 brows going. They're super thin.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not good
That's
enough to
that's
draw
why a
them.
lot of women are getting tattooing, because they pluck the crap out of their eyebrows and now they can't grow the hair back. And so they're getting some tattooing to make it thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
drop that in the comments too, guys. Let us
yeah,
know. What do you
I'd
do
love
for
to
your
know.
eyebrows?
Yeah. And if you've had the machining and the tattooing, if you love it or hate it. I know it really depends on the technician too.
Yeah.
I'm looking at someone who's a cosmetologist for 10 years, so not just a kind of fly by night thing. So what else do we want to talk about?
Well,
Okay. Oh, these
yes. These.
activity trackers. So I have a Coros device which measures altitude, and it lets me map out hikes and skis, and it's a heart rate monitor, a bunch of things. It's expensive. I spent about 350 on it, I think. It has battery life of 30 days. I did that so I could go do multi backpacking trips and not worry about my battery draining. I think it's pretty accurate. And we did a hike. Actually, we thought it was pretty accurate, right? Because we did a 14 and change mile hike, which
Yeah,
was about 30,000 steps.
we felt like your heart rate was a little off during
That's
part of
right.
the
My heart
hike
rate was off. It was too
because
low.
it was too low, and we're
I
like,
think it
there's
was
no
that.
way your heart rate was that low. So, and I think that kind of affected the overall calories that your tracker read. My calories were basic almost triple what yours were
Yeah,
saying,
it was
and that
ridiculous.
was yeah, it was way off. There's no way that I burned that many calories. There's also no way that you did not burn more than what you did. So, I mean, we share this because a lot of people, they look at this and they're like, oh, I burned 500 calories today. That means that I can go have that extra treat. No, it does not mean that. You cannot rely on these. They are not accurate. It's a great tool to help track your steps and stuff like that. But even then, it's not always going to be accurate because your step count was what? Do you remember what yours was?
I was really close to the 14.2 miles. The distance
Yeah.
tracker was great. I think it ended up being 31,000 steps or 30,000, which is about accurate. Because
Yeah, and mine was
approximately
it like
3,000 steps is 1 mile.
yeah, and
Yeah.
mine ended up reading like 38,000 steps and I was like there's
Right.
no way. We did the
Well,
same
Tiffany
thing.
does have shorter legs, so her turnover is higher.
Well, yeah, but
Follow
not
on the
that
trail.
much higher. Like, oh.
I was looking at pictures of us together. I look like a freaking Amazon, yeah, next to you.
Y'all,
But
I'm only 5'2". I'm not a big person,
yeah,
okay?
I'm
I'm
5'6".
short.
I'm 5'6". I'm not that much taller, but I have lots of presents.
Oh.
Anyway, but so we just want to share this with you because a lot of people do go buy their activity trackers and they often sync them with things like MyFitnessPal, assuming that the calories are correct, the calories burned are correct. Don't do that. Just don't sync your activity tracker. It's MyFitnessPal and those guys, they're going to give you extra calories, and this is probably inaccurate. If you want to like figure out how many calories you think you might have lost, half whatever they're saying as a rule of thumb, because it said, how much did it say you burnt? 3,000 calories on that hike?
Yeah.
And I burnt about 1,100, and I think mine was probably a bit more accurate.
Yeah.
I might have burned 1,500. It was only a 14-mile hike. I probably burned about 100.
Only a 14-mile hike, guys. Only 14 miles.
It wasn't too bad. We were both tired, though. We were both tired the next day.
It was
It
good
had
though.
elevation, too, which was tiring. So
That was great.
almost 9,000 feet in the Tetons. It was nice.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. So we wanted to talk about that. And if you have any questions about activity trackers, just comment below. We are happy to answer them. I also wanted to mention we're going to be trying something new in the group, which is Facebook office hours once a month. So I'll probably be setting up a room in Facebook. I've never used rooms before. It's new for me. You just, I think, have to click a link to get in the room, and then you can talk to me and whoever else is in that room, and we can jam about anything you want. health, fitness, eyebrows, activity trackers,
Yeah,
recipes.
and this is not just for current clients. This is for anyone and everyone.
Yeah, this
So,
is for all, like we have over 1,400 people in this group.
mm,
Anyone who wants to show up to one of those, kind of like a coffee talk, office hours thing, just drop in, say hi, and tap me. I'll be on for half an hour. And just if nobody's there, I'm just gonna work at my desk and just say hello, and I'll stick my head up and I can we can have a chat. So don't be shy about that. And we'll do those once a month, see how they go. I've got one for October next week on Tuesday. So what day would that be? It's the 12th. So just look for that. There's actually, let me show it to you. Oh no, can I share I can share my screen with Facebook on it. Hey,
I think you can.
okay, let me try this. So we got the Facebook group here.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, so we've got this, and you see here it says rooms, office hours with Adele. We got December, November, October. So all you have to do when it's October at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 noon Central, I think this button should become active and you should be able to join it. If you click here, you can view the event details and you can say whether you're going or not. Okay, and I'd love to see you there. Yeah, so right now we just got me and Sarah. So more people respond to that invitation. It's a great opportunity to ask a coach anything you like for free. All right. So
It's coaching without the commitment, guys. Coaching without the commitment.
Yep. So what else are we talk about? Oh, the big reason why we're here today.
Yeah, we want to kind of talk. I know we talk about protein a lot. That's because it's really important, but we wanted to kind of share a resource that we have with you. And the name of this resource it's called Protein. What is it? Remind me of the name?
Protein Packed Recipe Guide.
There you go.
So let's have a look at it here. Okay, so this is our giveaway today. And I just wanted to go through it with you so you can see, protein-packed breakfast recipes, duh.
There it is.
Okay, so this guide is free. It's 30 pages. It's more than just recipes. Well, let's go through it, okay? So you're gonna find inside, oh, what?
Well, first I was gonna ask, well, what's the benefit of this document? What's the benefit of having a high protein breakfast?
Well, we recognize that not everybody likes to eat breakfast, and that's fine. But we also recognize that people who often skip breakfast tend to have a problem with overeating later in the evening or snacking. And that usually leads to a surplus of calories or struggles with weight management. And so one of the best things you can do for yourself, at least experiment having a breakfast in the morning. If all you have is a coffee, and then you find your hunger gets out of control or you tend to graze a lot, you might actually be better off planning a high protein, well-rounded breakfast. That could be a game changer. It certainly is for some of my clients.
What if you're somebody that does not like to eat animal protein? What then?
Oh, well, we have some vegan recipes and we have some vegetarian recipes in here. So everybody is served with this guide. So some of the things here, like you asked me, but what are the benefits to a protein-filled breakfast? Well, right here, it's in the guide. It helps your body repair and build muscle. And we're all about strength training here. So you definitely want to be hitting higher protein if you're strength training. It's going to help you build your muscle. It's going to help reduce sugar cravings. It can cut back on nighttime snack cravings, like I said, or overeating at some point during the day. And it can improve your blood sugar. Also, protein actually can really help with carb cravings. And we see that a lot with our clients. As soon as their protein gets to about 100 grams or more, their carb cravings go way down. It's almost magical. So we have here different protein sources. If you're vegetarian or vegan, we list some of them here and how much protein in macros it yields. And speaking of macros, we also have a free macro calculator on our website that you can use, and it's in this document. We link to it.
Yeah, and then there's something that I would like to kind of touch on here, guys. If you are vegan, if you are vegetarian and you don't eat animal protein, it's really important for you to make sure that you are switching up the types of vegetables that you're using to get your protein intake. Do you want to kind of touch on why that's important?
Yes, because actually, like, vegetarian sources of protein don't have a complete amino acid profile, whereas animal proteins do. That's not to say you can't get all your amino acids on a vegan or vegetarian diet. You just have to vary your sources so that, because some are higher in certain things like leucine or different amino acids than others. And so by varying it, you're going to get a more complete amino acid profile at the end of the day. And really, like, it's not just one meal that needs to be complete. You just need to kind of cover your bases throughout the day. Leucine is an important amino acid for muscle building, and a lot of vegan protein powders do not have enough leucine or any leucine. And so you want to check your protein powder and make sure it has that. One I know that is high in leucine and is vegan is the Vega Sports powder, so you could check that out. But whey protein is queen for protein powders in terms of how much usable protein there is in whey. So I'm just trying to find something here. Oh, one thing to check with your protein powders that are vegan is that it can be very high in carbohydrates, right? Because in order to extract enough protein, you have to have lots of carbs. So that can make it a little bit more challenging on a diet, because now you're dealing with high carb and maybe high protein.
Yeah, and that's not just with protein powders, that's just with eating a vegan diet
It's true.
in
Yeah. And so
particular.
you have to watch your fats then. Like, you have to be very careful, or it's very easy to be in a surplus. I know people who have followed a vegetarian diet, not for ethical reasons, but because they thought it would help them lose weight. And in actuality, it made them gain weight. So that's a consideration. I myself was a vegetarian for 6 or 7 years. Okay, so in choosing the right protein powder, we have some resources here. And as I mentioned, whey protein is considered the most easily used by the body. There are different kinds of whey protein. You have casein, hydroxylate, concentrate, and isolate. And isolate and hydroxylate are a little more expensive, but sort of easier to digest and cause less bloating and issues for people. Casein, if you can't eat cottage cheese, then you can't have casein because they're both the same. Soy is another one. Egg protein is the slow releasing protein. It's actually quite good, and it's got like zero fat. Like the J Raw egg protein powder, I believe it has zero fat in it. It's just egg whites, and you can get it in chocolate or different flavors. Brown rice protein is going to have less, like, as you get into the grains here, you get less and less protein per scoop. Okay, my personal recommendation, because everybody asks me about this, and this is again personal, not everybody has the same taste as me, and I am not trying to sell this, I'm not affiliated in any way, but it's such a common question, I just put it in this resource. It's this elite casein. And if you click on here, it will link to the Amazon product. You can also get it at GNC or most health food stores. And here's why I love it. It tastes great. It really is slow digesting, so it keeps me feeling full for a long time. It is approved by labdoor.com. Labdoor.com is a company that is free of bias, or so they say, but I think they're pretty good. They go and buy these products themselves. Then they test them in their labs. And they look for things like, does it actually, in their analysis, match what the label says for macros? Does it match for chemical composition? Are there heavy metals and things like that? And then they grade these different supplements. One thing you might find is your favorite multivitamin or fish oil gets a D or F rating. A lot of the Kirkland vitamins at Costco get a D or F rating. So have a look at that if you're ever questioning how good your supplements are. Yeah, this is also high in leucine, as I mentioned, an important amino acid for muscle growth. And of course, client feedback has been pretty positive. I like the cinnamon bun flavor. So there you go. You can try that. So we also have the recipes. So we educate you a little bit about protein and protein powders. And then we also tell you how to make a smoothie. Do you want to talk about that a little?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you look through this guide, you'll see, especially for this smoothie recipe, there's a bunch of different options there. So this one right here says the base. Start with about 1 cup. Now that's not 1 cup of each. You got to pick and choose, guys. You can do half and half if you want to. You could do half water, half coconut water. Whatever you find fits your macros better at the end of the day, that's what you could do. And then you can add in different toppings. You can really customize this based on your taste. If you don't like dandelion greens, don't have it. Have some cucumber. You know, you can pick and choose what you enjoy. So this is a fantastic resource, especially if you do like smoothies. And smoothies take like no time to put together. So if you have a busy morning and you're like, oh man, I have to be out the door in 3 minutes, what can I do? Dump this into a smoothie and walk out the door. I do recommend that whenever you make a smoothie, you add some ice to it or some kind of frozen fruit. I keep frozen berries and frozen bananas in my freezer just because I like to add that frozen fruit into it versus having fresh fruit in the freezer or in the fridge all the time. It can be really make it last longer and can save you some money in the long term as well.
It tastes thicker, creamier, more like a milkshake, which I think
Yeah.
is more satiating. Yeah. And then we have some breakfast recipes here, and the references are like plant-based, vegetarian, which would include dairy or eggs. And if it's a recipe that's really good for meal prep, meaning it'll keep for a while. And so we have egg muffins, no-bake cookie oatmeal, quinoa bowl, cottage cheese and berries, protein pancakes, tofu scramble. This would be this sheet pan one would be a good meal prep. You could do it on a Sunday, and then you've got breakfast for a while, you know, that kind of thing. So overnight oats are awesome. Tiffany and I make those a lot. And those really are super handy in the morning, especially if you need to grab and go.
And the great thing about overnight oats is, again, they're very customizable. This gives you a basic recipe, but if you want to change anything out, you can. You don't have to follow any of these recipes to the T. It's just to give you some ideas on how to increase that protein with each meal.
Exactly. So there's the recipes and instructions. We would love your feedback on them. And we're gifting this to you for free for being part of our group. And if you want a copy of this, then just comment below, I want it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
And
we will
once,
reply back.
yep, we'll send you a reply. It will probably ask you for your email address just so we can send it to your email, simply because Facebook bots have been limiting communication sometimes. You don't always see all the communication through Facebook. And especially with all the issues with Facebook not working recently, you know, we want to make sure that you guys are getting the communication from us.
Yeah. So if you get this recipe guide, I don't want you to feel like, oh, now I'm going to get a whole bunch of spam. No, you're going to get 4 messages. That's it. One a day for 4 days. And then that's it. If you want to sign up for something else in the future, you're welcome to. I would encourage you to get on the newsletter. It comes out once a week. And that is available on the website at adelefrizzell.com. It's called 20 Essential Habits for, what the heck is it called? Let me find it. It's been so long. Okay, so we've got here, let me see here. If you want to get on my main newsletter, where I talk about fitness, mindset, health, recipes, what have you, this is taking a long time to display. Just go to adelefrizzell.com and then you'll see a link here, 20 essential nutrition habits for permanent weight loss. All you have to do is fill out your first name, email, say, yes, I want it, and you'll get that. And you'll also be on my newsletter then and get 1 email a week. But for this protein packed recipe guide, you're just going to get 1 email a day for 4 days, and then we won't bug you again. So that's it. All right. Anything else you want to add, Tiffany?
No, make sure that you guys are commenting. Let us know about the eyebrows. Like, this is serious business, guys. Let us know about this. Um, uh, and then, again, if you have any questions about anything, make sure you're voting for that banner. And, yeah, let's see whose banner wins. Mine, Adele's, or Sarah's.
All right. Thank you, ladies, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.